Yes, indeed. I think many people have been hoping that rain would come. We didn't expect it to come in the deluge that it has. Recent heavy rainfall that the Cape has been experiencing has obviously offered some relief to farmers who saw little hope for 2016, but it's also affected thousands of people who have been displaced by flooding in informal settlements, in particular here in Cape Town.
Absolutely. Now, joining us on the couch to chat about what this rainfall means, who will be mostly affected, and if it continues, what measures the City of Cape Town has taken to assure the safety of its citizens, is John Smith. He's from the committee. He's a committee member for safety and security. John, thank you so much for joining us. Nice to have you back.
Morning.
Always great to connect with you. Sadly, never over the best of circumstances. How should we be viewing the rainfall at the moment? Obviously, we know the floods have caused a lot of damage. How bad is that damage at this stage?
At the moment, we have about 33 communities that are affected. It's just on 9,600 people, we estimate.
Sure.
About 2,400 structures that are affected by rain. Luckily, nobody displaced, which in itself is evidence that this winter preparedness task team we have that during the last 12 months and in the years before that have been driving all kinds of stormwater interventions.
This happens often. We see this every year. And always the areas that
Well, last year you were
resist.
looking at 60 sites. This year you're looking at 33 sites. So we've got a few less. And if you look at a neighborhood like Paula Park, you'll see that the drainage system we put in there has managed to feed some of the water away. The problem is the intensity with which the water comes down. It drains if it's given a day or two. Like now we have a break until the weekend. Next rain forecast between Friday and Sunday somewhere. So there's drainage, but if it doesn't and it comes down a few days on end, this is what happens.
Yes. Well, it really is a dire situation. I mean, thousands of people are not only battling the rain, but also very cold conditions. So from the City of Cape Town side, what measures have been put into place? I mean, because it's been a massive improvement from last year up until now, like you mentioned as well.
Well, the problem with informal settlements is that they're established without any infrastructure and without consultation with government. So once they're there, the only way to get stormwater in place is to lift them completely. You have to remove the structures, put in the underground services, and as long as the people are on top of it, that's not possible. So at best you can do small remedial measures, put in limited drainage systems, teach people to do furrows and other stuff, do extended public works programs where you have teams of people in communities doing this trenching and doing little cement gutters and stuff to feed the rain away, teach people about sandbags and lifting the height of their structures, and then the overall impact, hopefully, is slightly reduced people number being affected. But every year we still end up like now. We've got all the major NGOs, Mustada Fin, Red Cross, Salvation Army, HDI, all doing food and assisting with clothing and donations. We do clothes and blankets for people to just assist with the situation on the ground, keep people at least warm, help them with food when they've been displaced from their structure. This year, lucky so far in winter, nobody actually living in a wall anywhere. If we have intense rain for days on end, that unfortunately becomes reality.
Can we see any positive spin-off? We know farmers have been crying for the last 2 years, with probably the worst drought the country has seen in decades. Is there a positive spin-off? Are our water tables filling up? Are our dams filling up? Can we take any positive out of this?
No, your dams are almost 5% better off than they were a couple of weeks ago. So seeing the dams fill up slightly, unfortunately, at the expense, I personally enjoy the rain. I enjoy the rain partly because I know the dams are filling up. But it's a bittersweet experience because, at the same time people are being affected. I work a lot in Langa, and then, standing with the residents at the bottom of Mshumpela way, with watching people wade to work through mud and dirt is difficult. But I must tell you there, a quick phone call to our transport department, got gravel laid in that one road that had been hollowed out by all the vehicle traffic, and 2 days later it was a dry experience.
Nice.
Brilliant
Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning, John, and I think also for our general road users, to take care when it comes to road flooding, and also some rock falls when it comes to those beautiful mountain passes. But just be mindful of the rain and protect yourselves. Stay warm and see what you can do to just combat the rain.
Time now to get back into the kitchen.